Today, we're learning about one of the greatest sermons ever told called the Sermon on the Mount, and we brought some of our friends to play some of the biggest games we've ever done. Today on Mish Mash!
It's time to die in the Mish Mash, Mish Mash, Mish Mash, Mish Mash. Mish Mash.
We're playing some of the biggest games we have ever done on Mish Mash, and I brought two friends to compete in this Ninja Warrior course. But oh, it is not that simple, friends. The first lap is pretty normal. The second lap, they must go and pick one of these mystery boxes that will hinder the way they go the second lap. Oh yeah, after they do that second lap, you guys have to go to this again and pick the last remaining box and put that on too. So whoever finishes first with all those on is victorious. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm so pumped.
Okay, let's get you set up right in the front here. One on one side, one on the next. On your mark, get set, go! And they're off. The first stop is climbing. They gotta climb like a rock wall thing, which is pretty normal, but oh, we already got some slippage. It's happening. It's happening. Okay, they're getting to the top. Mac has a great start. That's really good. Justin is falling a little behind. Mac is like cruising. This is awesome. She's about to go down the slide. The slide of Mish Mash? I don't know. Oh, she's already there. She's down to the last part. Okay, I'm gonna come back here because she's about to grab her first mystery box. And guys, wait till you see what these are. All right, Mac is on her way on the last rock climbing wall. She is in a great lead right now. She's about to go down that slide. Okay, she's good. I gotta see where Justin's at. Justin is way behind right now. He just got past that, so it's up to Mac. Okay, first lap down, whichever box you choose. You can just pick it up. Oh, you got a sandbag. You're gonna put that sandbag in his backpack and then do the lap again. You got this. Great job. Yeah, it's just like, you're going to school and you have all every book. Yeah, I mean, you're late to class. You got to get going. Easy. You got this. All right, lap number 2. Mac's got it. Oh, Justin's here. Whoa. Oh, boy. We got some oven mitts, which are good for cooking, not for climbing. Maybe the grippies will help. So because of the backpack, Justin actually kind of caught up a little bit. Let's see what's going on here. Wow, both kind of equal on this second lap. Mac has a lot of weight on her shoulders. I mean, literally. And Justin is gonna cook a quiche or something with those oven mitts. But this is a tight race. And he's gripping with his little grippies. This is awesome. All right. Oh, Justin with a little bit of slip. That's right, Mac is gonna start again. And that's okay if you fall, you can start at that point too. Justin is holding on for dear life with his oven mitts. Because if he overcooks the pies, he is done for. And he is holding on with his life. This could be the lap that he catches up. Oh no, oh no, oh no. That's all right, you're gonna start from there. Let's see how Mac's doing. Okay, Mac has made it up. She's already at the third, you know what I'm trying to say, the climbing thing. She's a strong one. I think there's either 25 pounds in that backpack, maybe 50, I'm not sure. She is doing great, but here it is. She's about to get her second debuff, which means this will hinder her third lap, which will be even crazier than the second one. Let's see what happens, which one she chooses. She's almost there. And Justin is still struggling with the oven mitts, but that's okay. One more of these. Which one did you get? Oh, what are those, I wonder? I know it is. So what she just put on are inverted goggles, which means her world has just turned upside down. Not only does she have sandbags on her back, she can't see properly. But she has an amazing lead. So let's see where Justin is right now. Okay, Justin has made it to the last climbing thingy. And there's only one mystery box left, and it is not a good one. And I'm hoping Mac takes her time so that Justin can experience what exactly is in this box. Here he goes, making down the slide. Mac is making her way, but there are inverted goggles, so it's not very good for her right now. her world is all over the place. Justin made it. And there's one last mystery box. Oh, you'll also have to keep these on too, by the way. Hate to do that to you. Oh, what is this, I wonder? This is a shot collar that we're gonna put on your wrist. Gonna put on your wrist and tight. Actually, will you do the honors of placing that on his wrist? You got this. This is only so that Taloni the Baloney can encourage you through this last lap. Justin has got one more lap. Mac is still where she was when we last left her. Well, I don't know how this is gonna work. I feel like she's gonna be there for a very, very long time. The problem with what she has is that literally her eyes are inverted, which means everything she sees is upside down. So I can imagine this is the hardest thing, but she chose the box. So what are you gonna do when you choose the box? But Justin is making a comeback after he was behind for so long. This could be his chance. Now, once Mac figures out in her brain how to switch off, like up is down, down is up, maybe she has a chance. But right now, she is struggling through the climbing section. Let's see how far Justin is getting. Justin is getting a little closer. This might be it for him. And Taloni the Baloney making sure he gets shocked to get that last encouragement so that Justin can finish strong. Let's go, let's see. Oh, some more shocking. Justin is towards the end. This could be it. How did he go from that second lap took him forever. This lap, he is zooming through it. That encouragement, I think, is what we needed. That is great. Okay. Oh, he moved it up to 25 shockage. That's insane. Here we go. Justin has got one last few climbs to go. Guys, I think we might have a winner. So let's go to the finish line to make sure that we're there. It all comes down to this. But did Max somehow just like transport onto the end? Let's see. And it looks like she took off her goggles. Let's see if that actually helps her. It looks like you can see better now. Oh, we got it. Here we go, the finish line. Justin is crossing it. We have a winner. We have a winner. Mac, you can come on down. Good try. Justin, we got to crown you victorious because you put in the work. Mac is going to take a snooze because that was a lot of hard work. But after all that, when Justin was behind, he somehow got faster with the shot callers thanks to Taloni the Baloney's encouragement, and we have no winner. So give it up for Justin winning the Warrior course. But good job, Mac. You put in the effort. That was awesome. We do some amazing, epic things here at Mish Mash, but right now, we're going to learn about one of the greatest sermons ever told called the Sermon on the Mount. So let's hear more about that right now.
Hi, my name is Zach, and I want you to do something for me. I want you to picture the kindest person that you know. Do you got them? For me, that is Austin. Austin was that friend that you just couldn't help but love. Everybody loved Austin. And it was because he was consistently kind all the time. He had this joy about him that no matter what was going on, he was so positive and kind to everybody around him that you just loved Austin. And at the time that I met Austin, if I looked at my life, I had a lot of good things going for me. But I know I didn't have that type of joy, that happiness that Austin had. And for me, things were just not consistent. Maybe you've been there before. Like you really like playing your sport, you're good at it. But when you fail, like you get really, really hard on yourself and it's hard to feel happy within that. Maybe you got a good group of friends, but when that one friend said something behind your back, it was hard to feel like you can trust that friendship. Or home is fine, but when you got grounded, it made you feel really alone. I was in this season where I felt like no matter what was going on, I was only happy when things were going well, and I was sad when things weren't. I just wasn't consistent in my joy. And I saw Austin who had this, and so I went to him and I was like, dude, what makes you happy all the time? You know what he said? He said, Jesus. that he had started following Jesus, and that joy from Jesus created him to feel this happiness, this light that he showed to other people. And he got this from Jesus' words himself. Jesus is talking to a group of people about what it looks like to follow him. And he says in Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." What was different about Austin is what Jesus is describing is he had the light of Jesus shining inside his heart. And when that light shines, the things that are dark in your life, they just don't seem as dark because you have a light that pierces through that. And similar to this lamp or this idea of a light, when Austin walked in the room literally lit up. Like people around him could feel the difference of just him being there and his positivity. So when we follow Jesus, when we allow his light into our heart, and our circumstances just feel lighter. The light of Jesus makes a difference in your everyday life. You start having the joy of Jesus. And then what do we do with that light? We let it shine so that other people can experience his joy too. And maybe someone will look at you and say, "Hey, how are you so happy all the time? How do you have this joy?" And you can say, "Man, because of Jesus." Hey, right now, let's read these verses again a few more times and talk about it.
2,000 years ago, Jesus gave the greatest sermon ever that we call the Sermon on the Mount. In it, he shares with us a better way to live, one that focuses on others and God instead of ourselves. And as followers of Jesus, he tells us that we are the light of the world. But what does it mean to be a light exactly? Well, let's hear more from our friends at the Bible Project.
2,000 years ago, on the eastern side of the Mediterranean Sea, a teacher named Jesus of Nazareth went up onto a hillside and addressed a large crowd.
It was a crowd of nobodies. Poor and sick people, their land occupied by the Roman Empire, who charged heavy taxes. This is a ragtag group.
And while they don't look like much, Jesus claimed that something surprising was starting with them.
So he opened his mouth and said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of the skies." The kingdom of the skies? What does that mean?
Well, Jesus uses this phrase to talk about a new kind of reality. From our perspective, we see a world of violence and corruption where might makes right. But for Jesus, there is a realm where generosity reigns, where there's justice and peace. It's a world where love is the final word.
And that reality might as well be up in the skies. It's beyond us.
Exactly. It's God's heavenly reality, which might seem far off. But Jesus was claiming that heaven was coming to earth, right here and now, beginning with these people.
That's unexpected.
And so is what he says next.
Blessed are those who grieve, for they will be comforted.
So this group that's at the bottom of society, they know all about loss and grief. But Jesus said something's coming that's going to turn sorrow into joy.
And then he said, "Blessed are the unimportant, for they will inherit the land."
And these people are not powerful or important, but just wait, Jesus says, because one day it will be you all who are ruling the world.
You know, it kind of sounds like Jesus is trying to start a revolution.
Well, kind of, but it's not a revolution for those who are hungry for power or influence. This is a movement of people who are going to serve because they long for healthy relationships between people and communities and nations.
Yeah, as Jesus puts it next. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy.
Just imagine it. A group of powerless nobodies ruling the world through generosity and forgiveness and justice. This is a Jesus-style revolution.
The next thing Jesus says is, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God." And this one really raises the bar. To be part of this revolution, my heart needs to be so pure I could look directly at God.
Well, Jesus knows that all of our choices, even our good ones, are often driven by mixed motives. For Jesus, real peace is only possible through people who know that they need to be transformed if they're going to truly love God and others.
And this sounds wonderful, but it's a radical calling.
That's exactly right. In fact, Jesus goes on to explore just how radical it is.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God.
So God's new reality won't just happen by itself. It requires people who are willing to enter into the conflicts of others, urging and helping create a way towards peace.
But that way of life can be dangerous. And so Jesus says, "Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of the skies."
Yeah, entering into conflicts and advocating for peace, that's not a comfortable way to live. And so Jesus calls people to this peacemaking revolution, and he names the high cost.
Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward in the skies is great, for they persecuted the prophets who were before you in the same way. What does that mean, the prophets before you?
Well, Jesus and this whole crowd are Israelites. And in their Hebrew scriptures, God promised that it would be through Israel that his kingdom would be restored over all the world.
But as the story goes, Israel becomes as corrupt and violent as everyone else, and they end up enslaved to oppressive nations.
But Israel's prophets stood up to these kingdoms and criticized their corruption. They said that one day God's heavenly kingdom would break in, starting with a small group of Israelites who would be willing to surrender everything over to God.
So Jesus wants this crowd to see that they're part of that legacy.
Yes, and that's why Jesus concludes this first block of teaching with 3 images from their scriptures.
The first is, "You are the salt of the land."
Salt is a mineral that preserves food for a long time. And in the Bible, salt is used as a symbol of God's long-lasting covenant with Israel. Jesus is saying that he and this ragtag group are the launch party of God's long-lasting ancient promises to renew the world.
And then Jesus says, "You are the lights of the world, and a city on a hill cannot be hidden."
He's referring to the biblical image of God's light, his presence shining out from its dwelling place in the temple in Jerusalem, which was a city on a hill.
But these people, they aren't the rulers. I mean, they don't even live in Jerusalem.
And yet, surprise, Jesus says, you all are God's salt and city and light. You all are the blessed ones, the new Jerusalem that's going to display God's kingdom to all the world.
Jesus has a lot of great things to say in this sermon, and as followers of Jesus, we should follow his words closely, especially if he calls us the light of the world. We are to be a light to those around us, sharing to everyone we know a better way, and that better way is following Jesus. So remember what Jesus says, you are the light.